interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
What's up, you guys? Welcome and thank you for tuning back into my channel, Manimullaaa. It's your girl Mani back in the click today with another video. Yes, you guys, now I know it has been some time since I have came up onto these YouTube streets, y'all. But that's alright because I am back now and I'm feeling good, living better, okay?
I said, tell me what's really going on. Drizzy back up in this thing, I'm ready. What's happening?
Now, y'all know I wasn't gonna come back empty-handed, honey. I had to make sure that I had some tea. So today we are gonna be talking about the downfall of our girl, Miss Icespice, because it seems like it is coming to an end. Okay, but before we get into all of that, y'all already know what's up. Make sure that y'all hit that like and subscribe button and stick around to the end to make sure that y'all get all of the tea. Okay, now for those who are unaware, Icespice's days of being the people's princess is over. Yes, in fact, she's actually on the path to becoming one of the most hated in the industry right now. Now, you might ask yourself, how is it that someone can go from being the most loved to the most hated in the short span of a year and a half? Well, let's take a stroll down memory lane. Now, it was not that long ago when I created my very first video titled Icespice is Here to Stay. Alright, now at the time of this video, I genuinely did believe that Icespice was here for the long run. I mean, sis had celebrity endorsement after celebrity endorsement. She had hit after hit. However, fast forward to now, you can definitely tell that the hype has dwindled down a lot more than I think any of us were expecting. Now, before we dig into all of the recent drama and scandals surrounding Icespice, let's go ahead and do a short breakdown of her quick rise to fame for those who are unaware. Alright, now in March of 2021, Icespice and her producer Riot dropped her first solo song titled Bully. And at the time, the song really didn't do anything for her. It wasn't until shortly after, when she participated in the Bust It Challenge on TikTok, is when she started to gain a bit of a fan base. In other words, a follow from Drake.
Yeah, Drake? Drake? The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T?
Now, in August of 22 is when she dropped her most notable single, Munch, a song in which I'm sure anybody who is watching this video right now is very familiar with. Now, y'all know when this song dropped, it was considered the song of the summer. It was very trendy on TikTok. I mean, you really couldn't go anywhere without hearing this song at the time. So this was a very critical moment in Icespice's career because Munch was the song that really broke the name Icespice into mainstream media. Now, very shortly after the song Munch was released, that was when Drake decided to really co-sign Miss Icespice. Now, like I previously mentioned, he was following her prior the song Munch. However, once the song dropped, that was when Drake decided to play the song on his radio station, OVO. And not long after that, the two were actually seen together at OVO Fest doing God knows what. Moving on, in October of 2022, Icespice dropped another notable song, Bikini Bottom. This song was a cute, catchy little bop that was mixed with a drill SpongeBob type of beat. To say the least, it did very well on TikTok. It was super trendy. Now, fast forward to January 2023, she dropped yet again another trendy TikTok bop titled In Her Mood. Both of these songs did really well and had the people anticipating her next studio project, which brings us into our next topic.
Is like...
Yes, honey, Icespice dropped her first big project in January of 2023, and it was the infamous EP titled Like. Now the EP had 6 songs in total, 3 of which we've already spoke about and 3 more, one including Little TJ. The EP was well received by the public, and although it did not chart on the Billboard Hot 100, there were songs such as Gangsta Boo featuring Little TJ, In Her Mood, and even Munch that did make their way onto the charts. Alright, and in February of 2023, right after dropping the Like EP, she hopped on the remix with Pink Panthers and dropped her biggest song to this day, Boy's a Liar Part 2. Peaking at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, going certified platinum, and also having over 800 million streams on Spotify. Alright, and some other notable collabs with Icespice would be the Princess Diana remix with Nicki Minaj, the song Karma by Taylor Swift, the Barbie movie collab with Nicki Minaj again, and also we cannot forget the random Northwest and Kim Kardashian link up with Icespice. Yes. Anyways, so as you guys can see, for the past almost 2 years, Icespice has been a hot topic in pop culture news, not only by her standout collaborations or her New York drill beats with catchy lyrics, but also by her presentation and demeanor to come off as a relatable, laid-back girls rapper, which we typically do not see a lot of nowadays. And overall, she just brought something to the table that a lot of the public was not seeing in the main majority of other female rappers. So it really did draw a lot of fascination towards her and her brand. However, that perception that the public had of Icespice did not last long. Okay, now moving on to the end of 2023. This random beef with Icespice and Lotto just kind of seems to appear out of nowhere. And from my understanding, the beef started from this video right here, where Lotto was acting as if she didn't know the words to Icespice's song. So let's take a look.
Okay, so the last question, it's how can I lose if I'm already chose?
Chose. Like. Are you looking at me?
Alright guys, and after that video surfaced on the internet, it didn't take long for it to make its rounds towards Icespice, and the two began to throw shade and subliminals at each other, but nothing really direct, until Lotto decides to promote one of her new singles that is coming out and drops this video right here.
I just want a one-on-one, don't know why she's so nervous. Don't know why she's so nervous.
I'm in the back of your weak ass snippet. Like that's why I was confused.
Oh, literally.
And so as you guys can imagine, Icespice did not take that lightly, and that is how we got her infamous track,
Think you the shit, bitch? You not even the fault.
Yes, you guys. Now, even though the two have admitted now that this was all a PR stunt and none of it was ever any real beef, this was definitely something that began to change the image of Icespice, because prior to this, she really didn't have any problems with anybody in the industry. And then all of a sudden, this random beef with Lotto just comes out of nowhere. Okay, alright, and fast forward to later on in 2024, Icespice found herself in some more drama with someone who was actually a close childhood friend of hers. Yes, you guys, Baby Stormy, who is also another female rapper, exposed Icespice earlier this year for a bunch of different accusations. I mean, she said a multitude of things, claiming that Icespice was a colorist, she's fatphobic, claimed that she made her friends sign NDAs, dating her producer Riot, and also that she cheated on her boyfriend with Little TJ. And we cannot forget when she exposed the messages between her and Icespice talking bad about Nicki Minaj. When these accusations and messages were brought to the public by Baby Storm, Icespice really didn't do much damage control, which was not a good look. I mean, she had everybody kind of looking at her sideways, including the Barbs, who were a good chunk of her fan base. Okay, so later on in July of 2024, Icespice drops her first album, Y2K. And although me being an Icespice girly and appreciating the album for what it was, you know, I had a few favorites up there, the album was not well received by the general public. I mean, I think a lot of people had much higher expectations, especially with the rollout, and I don't think at all that a 23-minute album was gonna suffice. Okay, and in July of 2024, not much longer after dropping her first album, Icespice goes on her Y2K tour. And there really wasn't too much heard about her while she was on tour. It was not until late August, after her tour ended, was when another good one of her friends came out and decided to expose her. And of course, I'm talking about none other than Miss Cleotrapa. Yes, you guys, Cleotrapa, who is a notable friend of Icespice and also another fellow female rapper, exposed Icespice in a 6-part TikTok series where she made multiple accusations, but the biggest one by far was claiming that Icespice intentionally went out of her way to make Cleotrapa look bad on tour.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for somebody that's not even trying to promote me being on her tour? The only thing you wanted to promote was that you was giving somebody an opportunity. Like, oh yeah, Cleo posted it so everybody knows that, da da da. Like, bro, you did not want to shine any sort of light on me. And when you shined a light, you dimmed it. And you made sure you dimmed it down. You dimmed it down. And you made sure those speakers on that stage was not even loud. You made sure of it every time. Every time. And it was such a learning experience, bro. Nobody had any idea what I was going through before I even got on that stage. And even when I got off that stage, it's like I couldn't even go into her room when I was done performing. When I was done performing, I had nowhere to go. Because when I come to the room, it's, oh, I don't want nobody in her room right now.
Alright, now what I'm not gonna do is play this whole 6-part series because the video is long enough. But what I will say is that when Cleotrapa came out with these allegations, it definitely took the internet by storm because we firsthand saw the relationship between Cleotrapa and Icespice. And although in these videos she exposed that, you know, they haven't known each other longer than 2 years, they definitely did make it seem as if they were friends for much longer. Also, her response,
like, we was at the movie theaters, we was siphon. Bitch, you not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go?
And
yeah, so as you guys could see, it was not hard for the public to take Cleotrapa's side in this one. Some other big controversies that definitely started to change the public's opinions and outlooks on Icespice was the random PR stunt between her and Central C, where she apparently took Central C from his ex-girlfriend and I guess shaded her in the song Did It First. Now, at the time, these rumors did not last long because a couple weeks later, it was exposed that Riot is actually her boyfriend and all of this was a PR stunt, but it definitely did cause a bit of uproar. And another controversy that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way about Icespice was when she went through this random phase of just mimicking an earlier 2000s Nicki Minaj. Now, I think what really had a lot of people confused about this era was the fact that not too long before this, she was exposed for calling Nicki Minaj ungrateful and saying that she did not want to sign to her label. So it really just didn't make sense for her to come out of the random doing all of these props to Nicki Minaj. Yes, you guys, and these are just a few of the controversies that I'm going to talk about here in this video, but there are plenty of others that are surrounding our girl Miss Icespice. Okay, and I think the biggest question that people are asking themselves is, will Icespice be able to come back from this? And to be quite honest, I do not think she will. I think a big reason why she rose to fame so quickly in her career was due to the fact that the public's perception of her was a girl's girl in the rap scene, which, like I've already mentioned, is pretty rare, something that we do not see a lot of. But now that the truth is coming out, and with her being exposed almost every other weekend, it is going to be quite difficult to shift the public's perception back to the way that it once was. I mean, sis has already lost over 500k followers on Instagram since the situation with Cleotrapa exposing her, and has also lost a good chunk of Spotify listeners as well. Okay, but hey, that's just how I'm feeling. Y'all be sure to head into them comments and let me know how y'all are feeling, because that is it for this video. Y'all, thank you so much for sticking with me and tuning back into my channel, Manimullaaa. If you're new and you like what you see, please be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And once again, y'all, head into them comments and let me know how y'all are feeling about all of this drama going on with Miss Icespice. And on that note, y'all be safe out here.